So this is my sunlit reaction to Blackburn Rovers winning against Leicester City. Well, what an amazing performance that was from the whole team, the whole squad, and what a great performance. And they fully deserved to win against Leicester City, and they took their chances. They took the key chances. Obviously, there were some moments when they should have scored. Hedges had a brilliant open goal. He somehow put it over. A brilliant opportunity. So Hedges needs to work on his finishing. And they can improve. There's room for improvement with the goal scoring. But the players that took their chances, Dolan and Smodics, did exceptionally well. They could have had more goals, but they scored their crucial 2 opportunities. So we had the 2-goal advantage, and then it was nervous towards the end with Leicester City getting a goal back around the 75-minute mark. I think it was Iheanacho, if I remember correctly. So it was a hard-fought victory, but thoroughly deserved from Blackburn Rovers. Every player played their part, and they thoroughly earned and deserved the victory. So the Leicester City game plan worked for Blackburn Rovers. They played out from the back, and it worked. They had some good possession. They created more chances, more opportunities on goal than Leicester City. And they were really good going forward. They actually kept the ball quite well, and they were solid at the back. You know, apart from that moment when Leicester City scored. But otherwise, they were very solid, and the whole team performed exceptionally well, and they thoroughly deserve the victory, and they thoroughly deserve to be in the quarterfinals. So in the quarterfinal, they will face who they face at this weekend. Sheffield United. We're at home to Sheffield United at the weekend, and then we're away to them at Bramall Lane in the FA Cup. So can Blackburn Rovers, can we win against Sheffield United at the weekend, and then we're at home at Ewood Park? If we can win at Ewood Park, that will give us the confidence to go to Bramall Lane in the FA Cup in the quarter-final and win again. We can do it.
Wow, bloody wow. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup. Could this be the season where Blackburn Rovers has potentially got 2 chances to go to Wembley? I don't think it will be, unfortunately, but it could be. That game though, it was just, they should hold massive respect for each other for that game. They should hold their heads high because of that game. That game was just something else. The way that we've been playing in the actual league, so obviously the Championship, it's not been the best, I'd say. I have seen us play better. But then obviously Leicester, high-ish, highly rated, kind of, in the Premier League, and yet we've managed to smash them, even though they had a couple of the first team players in their team. We've managed to smash them with how many goals we had for a start, but then how many chances we had to score for a goal as well. We had more chances than what they had, put it that way, for anyone that didn't watch. But yeah, absolutely amazing game. I was watching it, and when it got to the, I think it was a 94th minute, I sat there and I was like, oh, we're going to get through, we're going to not. Because usually Rovers do concede in the last couple of minutes. But we got through. I'm hoping that we have Burnley or like a big team. So like we're actually playing like what we used to back in the Prem days, which was what 2012. Yeah. So I do hope that we get someone like Man United or Burnley or maybe even a Championship team. But I do hope for Man United or Burnley, just so we can show what we're made of. Even if we do lose, at least we can say we got to play Man United or Burnley or whoever in the sixth round of the FA Cup.
Wow, wow, wow. I am so proud of this team and that performance. It was just immense, weren't it? You know, I'm just speechless, to be honest. We've not only, played a Premier League side who won this competition 2 years ago, well, less than 2 years ago, actually. Played that side off the park for most of the game until, obviously, we take the 2-0 leads and we sit on it, as I think any Championship team would do away from home. We've done that away from home as well, just to obviously emphasise the point. We've just put in a really mature, confident, brave, fearless performance against the side that, their side they had on the pitch tonight is probably worth just as much as our entire club, to be honest with you. So just mental, to be honest with you. So proud of the boys, and they absolutely deserve to be in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Not only have in the League Cup we've gone to West Ham and beaten them, we've gone to Leicester today and put them to the sword as well. Not played with the kids like we did against West Ham. We put out a decent team today, but that is a team that didn't have our two best players, Bradley Dack and Brereton Diaz, in. It didn't have the knowledge and know-how and the experience at the back of Daniel Ayala, and it didn't have other players as well. Rankin Costello had to go off injured halfway through the match, and I really hope he isn't out for a while. It would be so cruel for him to get injured just as he's hit such great form and really reignited his career. It would be really cruel. So hopefully he's not out for too long, but it didn't seem bad. He did walk off the pitch at the end of the day. But I mean, starting from the back, Hayden Carter, hold your head high. You have every reason to be argued as the best centre-half at our club right now. Going off form, just absolutely immense today. I mean, how many interceptions, how many blocks did he make? Lewis Travis, what a turnaround. Just as good a turnaround as Joe Rankin Costello's. Rankin Costello had that absolute stinker against Stoke, cost us the game. Travis has had multiple this season, in truth, and was only keeping his spot because of the armband. It got to the point where even the armband couldn't save him. Such poor performances against the likes of Preston at home and whatnot. Needless to say, there was many others. But wow, what a turnaround to the amount of interceptions, the mind games, the shithousery, I posted the clip on Twitter of him sticking his tongue out at Mendy on their team, who got so wound up and frustrated with Travis, he just booted him off the ball, just completely wiped him out, and that is Travis's game. That is Travis we love to see, and what a player. He's the king of the dark arts, as people say, and he's also added to his game the fact he's being more adventurous now. He's actually starting to pass forward. He's not being so safe, which is what he needed. And I think he needed that kick up the backside to get him going again and not feel like his place was so secure in the team that he could just be safe. He needed that. He needed to be dropped. I think he needed to be humbled, and I think he needed a reality check, and he has come back twice the player. So yeah, Travis, brilliant. Smodic, Dolan, the two best players on the pitch tonight by a country mile. Both of them worked their socks off. And even Gallagher, to be fair to him, he creates that second goal, tracking back, sliding in, and then carries the ball forward, plays it to Smodic. Bit of fortune for it, to bounce kindly to us. But you create your own fortune. He tucks it away, and it's 2-0 Rovers away at the King Power Stadium. And by the way, what a cool finish from Dolan. Nicks the ball, and just a really, really good finish. There was a couple chances we definitely should have took. Hedges could have at least got a couple. Smodic probably should have got another at least. But, at the end of the day, we've won 2-1. I'm not going to cry over that. But just to emphasise, it could have well been more. And Leicester's goal came out of absolutely nothing. It was against the run of play. I don't think any Leicester fans can say they even deserved the goal. Never mind to take it to extra time. So I think they were fortunate, really, to be heading in to the final minutes, even within a chance, because we did play them off the park. We did sit back towards the end, as any team would do in our situation. Even a Premier League side, I think, in that scenario, would sit back in the last 10 minutes. But we played like a Premier League side tonight, and it was great for us to get so much praise off the commentators, emphasising how it's been so long. Could we be heading back? We're looking like we're in the right direction of doing so. And based off that performance, we play like that week in, week out from now till the end of the season. There's absolutely no reason why we can't make playoffs. So there's absolutely no reason why we can't get promoted. We play like that week in, week out. We'd go unbeaten, even with Sheffield United and Burnley still to play. Both those teams aren't as good as Leicester, and we've just gone to their ground and beat them 2-1 convincingly. A convincing 2-1 win. There's no one who can say Leicester were the better side today. And we now head into this Sheffield United game, and the team must be absolutely buzzing. And it can do so much good for the team having a cup run. And I think John Dale Thomason has not disregarded it like Mowbray did. And just to mention, we've gone unbeaten in February. I think I may have mentioned it before, but how it went so wrong for Mowbray in the past 4 seasons or whatever. I mean, did we even win a game in February under Mowbray? I'm sure we did, but there'll have been few and far between, and we've just gone unbeaten officially in February. Our next game is in March. So credit to the boys where credit is due. Watford, West Brom, Leicester away, all such tough games, and we've come through those 3 games with 2 draws and a win. So fair play to the boys, and credit where credit is due, as I said. And not having that implosion in February stands us in good stead to actually kick on with the last 11 games or so to go, 11, 12 games, something like that now. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying, Thompson has just not disregarded the cup at all, and it can do such good things for a team in terms of morale and whatnot. We've got a squad there to utilise. We utilised it brilliantly in the EFL Cup. We gave players like Dak the minutes to get back up to full fitness. Without the EFL Cup, he wouldn't have been able to do that. It gave opportunities to players like Marconde, who really impressed. Carter, Phillips, Pears. Pears has been absolutely brilliant in every single game he's played this season, really. And a lot of those games were in the EFL Cup and the FA Cup. And, we've gone with stronger teams in the FA Cup. He's clearly, he's come out with comments saying how he used to watch this competition as a kid, how big he believes it is and whatnot, and clearly takes it more seriously in the Carabao Cup. And it reflects in his team selection and the fact he isn't disregarding it. The fact, we've gone to Leicester today and now we're in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup. We have absolutely no right to be there, but we are, and it's absolutely magical, isn't it? I remember last time I got to the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, as the commentator said, 8 years ago. Liverpool away, then followed with Liverpool at home. Such a great night, even losing 1-0 to Liverpool, just brings that feel-good factor around the place and is what these players need, especially being so young. They need these big nights, they need those big occasions. So when it gets to these crunch games in the championship season, they've already had these pressure situations. They've been there against bigger teams and performed. If we were to make the playoffs, they've got those high pressure moments, and we've shown tonight, we've shown against West Ham, we can deliver. So absolutely brilliant stuff from Thompson. The fans are right back on board with him. And to say again, like I mentioned, we've done this without our two best players, and as well as, like I said before, Carter could very well be our best centre back, but Ayala is definitely one of them. Just immense. So proud. And yeah, let's bring on Sheffield United. There's absolutely no reason why we can't get a result after that result tonight against Leicester. So, if we beat Sheffield United, the sky's the limit, really. Why can't we, make the playoffs? I think after tonight, there shouldn't be any Rovers fans doubting this team now. It's just, finding that consistency, and we've found that consistency this month. We haven't lost a game. The players deserve a lot of credit for that. There was maybe one or two draws when there should have been. Wigan at home probably shouldn't have been a draw, but we can only come out of February saying it's been a brilliant month, and it stands us in really good stead to really make a serious playoff push and a promotion push. So let's hope for that, and let's hope for a decent draw in the next round. I've been asked.
Could this be the meaning of where Blackburn Rovers were on our way back? Hopefully so, because we've actually beat a Premier League team in the FA Cup. We're off to Sheffield United away. I do think it'll be a toughie, but I do think we slightly have a chance of winning. Hopefully the first team in that match, whoever that may be, shows 110% as they did in the Leicester game, and hopefully we do absolutely manage to smash Sheffield United. I do hope to be going to that away game, so hopefully it'll be a nice atmosphere, as I've seen the Leicester game being, and hopefully we do manage to get to Wembley this season, because we potentially got 3 chances of going to Wembley this season when Blackburn Rovers themselves have never been to the new Wembley. So hopefully we do manage to bag at least one of them chances going to Wembley. And if we do go to Wembley, stay tuned for the vlog.